Hey, welcome back to my channel, PTL Empowerment. So good to see that you're back. You're back. And to those of you who are viewing this for the very first time, I'm so glad to have you. And I want to remind you to please, please, please subscribe. Give us a big thumbs up, like this video, and share with us your comments. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you for sure. So it's your girl, Bayesian Lisa, and I'm back for another with another inspirational upliftment to you. Today we're going to be talking about rejection reset. Rejection reset. And we don't like to be rejected. Who likes to be rejected? I don't like it. And I'm sure you don't like it either. But there's some things that we can do to have a reset when that rejection comes. So when that rejection comes, we immediately go into the reset that will help us to cope, that will help us to think differently. Because rejection brings on all kinds of emotions, negative emotions, to the point where you could even go into depression. And we don't want that. I don't want that for you. And I know God certainly doesn't want that for you. So let's reset that rejection. So if there's any one of you who may have been rejected recently, I want you to begin to think about rejection differently. We are rejected in various areas of our lives. We are rejected in our relationships. We're rejected on jobs that we may have applied for. Rejection can be seen in school. Maybe you're a college student and you have sent in your application for a particular school or particular schools, and you just got rejection after rejection after rejection. Our proposals could be rejected. We're all excited about this proposal, and we bring it forth. Maybe you're in business and you worked on this proposal so hard and diligently, and when you submit it, probably to some financial institution to get a loan to help expand your business, maybe that stamp of rejection came. Maybe you've been auditioning for something, some part in a play, in a movie, whatever it is, and you got rejected. We will have the rejections, but we can reset and think about it, take it differently. I remember in Luke 22 reading about Jesus, how he was rejected by the very person that told Jesus that he will never, ever reject him. And that was Peter. Peter loved Jesus. He had such an intimacy with Jesus. Every time you look around, you would see Peter laying on Jesus, close to him in some way. However, when the rubber met the road and it was a situation where it meant Peter being in jail for being identified with Jesus, Peter said, I don't know him. What are you talking about? And before that, prior to that, Jesus told Peter, you will deny me 3 times. And after the third time, the cock will crow. And so sad. 3 different people came and said, gee, Peter, you know that Jesus. You are friends with him. And every time Peter was like, me? No, I don't know him. And he denied Jesus. He rejected that he knew Jesus until that cock crowed. And he remembered the words of Jesus, that as much as you say that you love me now, that you're going to reject me. And maybe right now as I speak, there's some of you, your tears because of that rejection from your husband that you may be feeling, or the rejection from a wife. Some of you may have gotten a rejection letter, an application that you sent out, and you were really looking forward to this job. You were promised that you would get the job. You went into the first interview and the second interview, and even the third interview, and you were so excited because the interviewers, they were like, they loved you, and they said how much they like your style and your way, and your various habits. And but somehow you got that phone call that you didn't get the job, so you immediately you began to feel rejected. And we all have to go through some kind of rejection during our lifetime. But one thing that we must not do is allow that rejection to take us so low down that we don't want to move forward, that we don't want to try again, that we don't want to reach out again, that we feel so hurt and devastated that we want to call it quits in the marriage. That's one thing that we need not do. Don't give the enemy that much power. Because by allowing the rejection to become personal and you internalize it, especially if you were rejected when you were younger. And I can tell you about rejection. I can tell you about those times, even at school, where I was rejected by those at school, by those, that I looked up to, and they didn't want me to be a part of the things that they're doing. I can tell you about that rejection. I can tell you about being rejected in relationships. I can talk to you about family rejection. I can talk to you about other rejections, that you would think, oh man, did you actually have to go through that? Yes, I did. I did. I dealt with various rejections throughout my lifetime so far. But you know what? I've come to tell you, as I look back on every situation and every time that I was rejected, I said, maybe God was preparing me for something greater. Maybe God was safeguarding me from pain and hurt. Maybe in the future, maybe I wasn't supposed to get that job because there was a greater job awaiting me in the future. Maybe I wasn't supposed to marry that guy, and that's why he rejected me and treated me the way that he did. So you see, there's some maybes that can be put there next to the rejection that you would have experienced. Because for some of you, had it not been for the rejection, you would not have started that business. Had it not been for the rejection, you would not have met that beautiful individual that you have right now. Had it not been for the rejection, you would not have been in that college that you're currently in, that you are excelling. Had it not been for the rejection, you may not have had those beautiful children that you have right now. So we really need to reset our minds as it pertains to rejection. And these are some things, 7 things that I have here that you need to do, that if you do, you would see that the rejection would be the very catalyst that you need to help you to keep moving forward. Number 1, understand why it is you're hurting so much because of that rejection. I don't believe that it is just because you were rejected from the job that you're hurting so much. There may be some underlying issues that you have that you are not even aware of. So every time you are rejected, it takes you back to your childhood where probably a mother or a father abandoned you and that issue was never dealt with. So you really don't know how to cope with rejection of any type. So that's where you need to do some homework and go and seek some counsel as it pertains to your rejection. You need to get some healing in that area. Number 2, take time to process your emotions. We must take time to process our emotions, especially when there is an adrenaline rush and you feel so confident that you're going to get through. And then the disappointment of the rejection comes. The emotions just go crazy. And you begin to ask yourself, why is it? I mean, all kinds of questions, all kinds of things come up during these times of rejection. So take time to process. Calm yourself before you make any decision. Before you do something that you would regret because of the rejection. Number 3, practice positive affirmations. Not because one situation wasn't favorable, means that your whole life should turn into an unfavorable life or a life of unhappiness or uncontentment. No. As soon as that rejection comes, tell yourself, it's gonna be okay. I am stronger than this. There is better on the horizon for me. God got this. My opportunity is on its way. This door may be closed, but another door is going to be open. And I'm going to walk through that door and be successful. Come up with some affirmations that gets your spirit and your emotions alive and just ready to continue to keep going until you get that yes. Because if they're no's, they're also yes. So keep going. Build yourself up to get that momentum so that you will get the yes that you so desperately want and need. Number 4, look for the good in that rejection. And I alluded to that. The Bible says in Romans 8, all things work together for good. So even though you didn't get what it is that you would set out to get at that particular time, your future is bright and there is good awaiting you. And all good things come to those who are persistent, who don't give up, and who keep going after that which they believe. Number 5, allow the experience to help you to be resilient. Allow that experience of being rejected to help you to be resilient. Because as you build yourself up, as you speak those affirmations, then your confidence will be built up. Then if you do get a no, it would not, affect you in such a big way. But you'll be able to shake it off like water on duck's back. when water splashes or falls on the duck's back, because the duck is always wiggling. It just goes. So that's how it would be for you. Even though they say no, you'll be like, okay, no problem. And your attitude will be, I'm going until I get a yes. And I've had many no's. I'm immune to no's now. So I just keep going. I just keep going till I get a yes. I don't take it personal. Just keep going. Number 6, engage in the things that will help you to heal. You want to get over that rejection as quickly as you possibly can. You don't want it to hold you back. You don't want it to hinder you. You don't want it to put you in a place of oppression and depression where you would give up. You don't want that. So you're going to engage in things that would help you to get over that rejection quickly. If it means that you're going to call someone up and talk to them, do something you love, volunteer, buy your favorite meal, whatever it is that you can engage in at that moment that will help you to reset and will help your mind to shift out of, that rut of depression. You just need to do that. And finally, number 7, motivate yourself to keep moving. It's all in the movement. See, when you keep moving, things can't stick. They have to come off. So motivate yourself. This job rejected me, I'm going on to the next. This financial institution rejected me, I'm going on to the next. And you keep going. And I'm telling you, I guarantee you that the success will come. The success will come. You will receive that answer. You will. I'm telling you, you will. Trust me. Just don't give up. Don't give up. So reset your mind as it pertains to rejection. Don't allow rejection to stop you. Don't allow rejection to hinder you. Don't allow rejection to hamper you. Don't allow rejection to immobilize you. Don't allow rejection to steal your joy. But instead, do the opposite and you will get your reward. God bless you. Be encouraged. And remember, if this video have really encouraged and inspired you, I want you to give me a big thumbs up, like this video, and share it. Share it with someone. Have an absolutely amazing day. God bless you richly. And until next time, keep moving forward. Bye.